misbehave again. And I think we are live, and welcome to a Christmas.
Very jolly.
Very jolly. Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas, and we're going to say Merry Christmas a lot because we're not supposed to say Merry Christmas in Europe. It's forbidden.
O Santo Natal.
Although, if you're one of our friends celebrating Festivus, we will be airing some grievances, so you will also be included.
Yes, we may mock paganism. There you go. So I see some of us are very festive.
Yes.
Did we want to talk about Christmas-themed adventure modules?
I do. I want to talk about one in particular.
We need to talk
Go
about
for
that.
it.
Roger.
There's an adventure on Drive-Thru RPG, and I've never seen this before. It's something unique, something that I think no one has ever approached, and I just want to praise whoever thought of this. There's apparently a creature called Krampus, and someone made an RPG product about it.
Okay, so
and they ignored the 45 other ones above and below it in the new listings of titles on Drive-Thru RPG because they're brave. And if you made that Krampus product, I'm talking about you.
Which one?
I mean, I feel like that one. You see the one I'm pointing at? That's the one I love. That one right there.
Okay.
No,
So
maybe it's that one. I don't know. It has a Krampus on the cover. That's all I know.
Not all left Krampuses on the cover.
It is.
A lot of them.
You know, I'm used to like there being 35 titles. You know, when someone does a game jam and everyone's like, "Now we're gonna have a
like the one
space
where
shuttle." You know,
spanking the children. Yes.
well, I mean, yeah. Oh, it's Krampus on campus.
Hey, that's a bit lame. It looks like Mark and I disappeared when you brought up the screen.
Oh no, yeah. What in the world?
Oh, well.
No.
You are still here.
We've been diminished.
It doesn't even try to fit everybody on the side. That's man.
That's not cool.
That's Restream. That's Restream for you.
I don't know. It's strange.
So I think that the Krampus module or the Krampus supplements are second only to the guy or gal who thinks, you know what, D&D hasn't had a witch as a class. I'm going to make my witch class for D&D, and I will ignore the 400 of them above and below it in the listings on Drive-Thru. But yeah, Krampus always turns up this time of year, and it's not the same one. Like, you know, they don't force them to percolate to the top. It's brand new. Hey, I've got a Krampus for, you know, Savage Worlds or whatever. And I'll bet if you look for Krampus Mork Borg, it will melt your computer trying the results because.
Okay, I'll try that.
Yeah. Okay. If we lose the stream, everyone will know.
Well, actually, no. There are only 4. I'm going to show them.
There are only 400. Okay, well, that's
There's
not
actually a creature that could be used for as a Christmas monster. It's not exactly a. It's that thing that the Deutsch have. I mean, it's not exactly Santa Claus, but it's Chimney Man that was forbidden because it's racist. I'm trying to remember how that.
Black.
Oh, you're
Tom?
talking about the little black guy who was supposedly
black
following
guy, yes.
us around.
I thought Black Tom was a plague kind of figure first, right? And then later it's because he's a collier. Like, I don't think he's literally supposed to be a person of color. I think he is.
I thought he was a chimney sweep.
Yeah,
probably.
No, I want the Catalan. Is that how you say it? The Catalan people. They have a Christmas tradition of a dude that just poops. Like in their nativity scenes, there'll be a little guy off to the there'll be a guy off to the side that's just, you know, dropping a dude.
So he's Indian.
What's the name of the Christmas black guy or?
Center. Yeah, a Svart Pit, which means literally Black Peter.
Black Peter.
Black Peter.
Black Peter.
Okay. Black Tom was the mutant, right? Yeah.
So the apparently there's a Catalan Christmas tradition that is called
Yep.
Cagatillo.
Yeah. Do you have a picture? The one
Picture?
I've seen is just a work of art. I mean, I would love to know where it came from, but I suspect that it came from them just being like, let's sneak a dude pooping into the edge of this thing and see if anyone notices. And then, like, everyone in the country was like, let's also do that. Like,
What I'm seeing is logs, but actual logs, not a
oh,
log.
yeah, no, the one I saw, he's sitting on a log, but yeah, he's got a little, poop emoji basically underneath him.
That's pretty
gives
hilarious.
That gives a different, complete different
Oh wait,
meaning
maybe.
meaning to the Christmas log, right?
Yeah, it's a different kind of log.
The Yule log. Absolutely, you will.
If we get really stuck for topics, we can talk about what we think the log ladies' relationship to Christmas is. But that's if we get really stuck.
At least if we don't go to the relationship with the log.
So here's the thing: Goodman Games did holiday-themed modules for years. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the guy with the red hat on the right over there.
I love this.
Yeah, if you turn him around, he is putting one down.
Oh yeah.
What in the world?
There you go. There you go.
So these are
That's funny.
What's it called? Nativity scenes.
Yeah.
Those figures in nativity scenes.
That is so twisted.
So they had the guy pooping. Okay, I understand.
I mean,
I want one of those.
Realistically, there had to be a guy close to the nativity scene that was, like, oh man, I had the worst falafel, and that guy gets ignored by history, but not by the Catalan people. They were like, nope, this guy deserves his moment in the sun, as it were,
He
Probably not the one
represents
he wanted.
the moment after the Christmas dinner, right?
Right.
It's
We're
like the closure, like the conclusion.
Yeah. When that cranberry hits and you're like, oh no, what was I thinking?
Here he is, the guy actually pooping.
Oh, beautiful.
Nice.
It looks like a Christmas wreath. Oh my gosh, that would be painful.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Holly tastes better coming in than going out. Is what you're saying.
I was about to say that is completely twisted.
Like Canales is a Catalonian.
No, it's Basque.
That's
Okay.
a
Maybe
region of
Catalonian. I
Spain,
don't
right?
offend them. Yes, I'm actually.
I was about to say, aren't they kind of the oddball Spanish?
No, maybe it's right. It's not Basque. No, maybe it's Catalan. I'm not sure.
It seems like they
I don't
have a
want to offend them
separatist.
by giving
They have a
the wrong-
separatist movement, right?
No, isn't he from Barcelona, like Manuel?
It says here the AI tells me that Cagatillo, all of that shit thing, is a traditional part of the Christmas celebrations in the Basque country.
Oh,
Well,
gracious.
Basque.
That's very-
Yes, it's Basque. Yeah.
That's very weird.
Well,
that
you
it's
know what?
happening
The
to
truth
me.
is, we have no idea where the Basques come from, so who knows what weird stuff they get up to.
That's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you something very surprising. Most of the Basque people, if not all of them, they have the Rh negative blood type. And only between 10 to 15% of people in the world have it, including me. So yeah,
And their language is actually unrelated to any of the other languages we associate with Europe. So it's not an Indo-European language.
All right. Unpopular opinion. Are they the Telmarines after they got sent back from Narnia? Just throwing it out there.
It's always possible.
It's
Yes.
always winter, never Christmas.
Yeah.
No, yeah, there are a lot of mysteries surrounding them. For example, Rh negative, they cannot be cloned. We cannot be cloned. and we are the only, for
Really?
example. And in my case, for example, O negative, I'm the universal donor, so I can
Yeah.
give blood to anyone, because as all they say, oh, it's the original blood type, the original blood. So there are a lot of mysteries related to the Basque and the RH negative.
I remember reading somewhere that they believe that Basque fishermen may have discovered the Outer Banks in North America like centuries ago, long before
And,
the
and then we're
Vikings
just
made it
like,
over.
nope, want nothing to do with this.
Well, they were using it to fish, and then they went back home.
Well,
It's like, we
if
don't know
they
where this
landed,
place is, but we're just here for the fish.
yeah, if they landed up there in up north, they might have come out and been like, no, too much congestion. I don't want it.
Those hairy Bigfoot guys, we don't want
Yeah.
anything to do with them.
They got there, and the New York Port Authority was already there. They're like, you can't park here. It's crazy. Go. You need to go now. So this whole blood type thing, are you saying that it's a Basque right-wing conspiracy? But
that was some really heavy. That was really heavy punnage.
yeah, that's a
Yes.
blast from the past too. You have to remember who said that.
Another interesting
Yeah.
thing, if you are RH negative and you reproduce with an RH positive person, there's a pretty good chance that the child it's going to be a stillbirth. It's going to come out dead. Or it could come out
because,
with mental or physical problems, because the woman, be it RH positive, RH negative, detects the wrong blood type inside of her, and her antibodies try to kill it.
Yeah, they used to require a blood test before you got married in order.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a problem in the first pregnancy, but if you do it, because I'm RH negative, and I was, so my mom didn't have problems with me, but with my sister she could have, because after the first pregnancy your body creates antibodies. So for the first
heavens.
normally there's no problem. The problem is the second one. If you get pregnant again and the baby has a different blood type, then your body
Adapts.
So basically, your mother's immune system hated you so much that it was like never again, and then it was like prepared for.
I think that they're just Nephilim. That's all.
Oh,
No, it's like they're demons walking among us. Oh no! This clearly sounds like a good darker episode.
Have you heard about the mummy's connection to the Nephilims? It's very disturbing.
Like
Mummy's connections?
Mummies, exactly. Have you ever eaten beef jerky?
Well, of course.
Yes, are you going to make me regret it?
it's gonna gross us out.
No, yeah. You do know that mummies, that rich people in the past, like I'm talking a few decades back, they used to eat mummies. You can look it up. This is verified.
I knew that they would burn them, like for kindling, but
They would also turn them
Eat
into
them.
medication, like
Yeah.
in China, especially.
Exactly. Do you know why mummies were put in the coffins, in the sarcophagus? Because they were the lunch boxes for the Nephilim. The Nephilim went to sleep, and they were like, I'm in the mood for some snacks. Well, here's the mummy, the pharaoh guy that you placed in power in the past, and he was destined to give his body to you as a delicious snack after waking up. Here it is, inside of this little coffin, wrapped up.
Now, see, I always thought that they were just stuck in those little clay things until they could possess somebody.
This is our Christmas episode, folks. It doesn't get any better than this. This is our Christmas episode, folks. We are the Red Room.
I do have a Christmas message. I do have a Christmas message for the Discord chat. And that is, please take your meds. Please take your meds, even if you think you don't need them. and if you think I'm not talking to you, you're the one I'm talking to.
Yeah. Ignore the other voice. Just listen to this one. So, again, getting back to our holiday theme, I guess you guys do remember that Goodman Games used to put out a holiday module every year. right? I've linked it in the private chat. I don't
I
know
would know
if
that.
Miguel can.
I'm looking at it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it a
So they've
funnel?
collected them now, and they did them, I think, from like 2014 up through 2022, something like that.
Oh wow.
Um, so, this is this whole thing of what about holiday themed game modules? Or is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Is it just cringe? Is it kind of hilarious?
I like them.
Um,
Now it's easy to do something
there if
low
you name
effort
that
like
one.
say the Krampus ones, but
Mhm.
I like them in general. The best one I think is the legendary one is a Crinkle in Time for Rices. Like S. John Ross wrote this. It's basically a mini campaign in Rices where you are traveling in time to try to save Christmas, and I'm looking forward to kind of seeing what Cruel Tide looks like. Which is it supposed to be out for this Christmas, Abraham? Do you know? I know
Mm,
they were kickstartering it, and the Kickstarter succeeded. So I didn't know if they were going to try to deliver it this Christmas or next. But
I'm not exactly sure. The only like tabletop RPG related thing of Christmas that comes to my mind is the Era Crueltide tabletop
yeah,
RPG. You
yeah,
know the
that's what I was. That's what I meant. Yeah.
okay, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to be. I'm not exactly sure when they are releasing it, but like I said, I have high opinions about the system. It's and the spell system is very easy. Like you have spells that only have like one or two lines to
Yeah.
create snowballs and all that. But yeah, it's very cool.
I think if anyone runs that, I want to play that Yukon guy from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. What was it? Is it Yukon Jack? Is that
Silver!
exactly? I just want to be a.
silver and gold, gold and silver.
I just want to be a Canadian punch drunk. I could be a lumberjack swinging from tree to tree. Okay, I'll spare you the rest of the song, but
There
This
was
is
a tabletop RPG. I don't remember the name, but you had a bunch of Canadian stereotypes, including the lumberjack. The lumberjack was actually a class in that game. So you could do a bunch of things with your axes, but I don't remember the name.
that rings a bell. But is it Die Laughing? Maybe.
No, it was another one. I only remember that in the cover you had the lumberjack and you had a werewolf and something else, and they were like the adventuring party.
Oh wow, that rings a bell, but yeah, I'm not thinking of a title right off the top of my head. I have too much RPG lore, and it doesn't come as swiftly to my tongue as it used to. That sounds wrong. Everything about what I just said sounds bad. But yeah,
So,
I think there are good ways of doing Christmas modules and other holidays too. I always try to run a Halloween game, and it always fizzles. Like people, I can't get enough people, or the pitch that I put forward, my gaming group is like, no, I'm not feeling it, and then so I'm committed one day to actually doing a good horror scenario on Halloween, and
That should be easier than doing Halloween. Should be easier than doing a Christmas.
yeah, it's kind of a no
yeah,
brainer to run a Halloween.
horror.
Exactly.
Now, how would you do like an Arbor Day or an Easter? There are some holidays that you really
Bunny.
Columbus Day. We could run.
Bunny.
Oh God, why am I thinking the Age of Discovery game? Why am I blanking on the name of it? Uncharted
Uncharted.
Seas.
Uncharted Seas. Well, for Easter, you can do something with killer bunnies or zombies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think that the
I was
main
about to say
problem
for
is
East,
that.
get bunnies and burrows.
Mm.
But I was going to say
Yeah.
the thing with holidays is that you need a lot of gimmicks. When it comes to
Yeah.
Christmas and Halloween, you have so many gimmicks. Like Christmas, you have the candy canes, you have Santa Claus, you have the elves, you have Krampus, as much as you hate
Yeah.
him. But in Halloween, you have again, you have the skeletons, the witches, the ghouls, the ghosts. So you really need a holiday that has so many gimmicks that you can employ so easily in your adventures.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
So in
and
the
I,
Doom that came to Christmas Town, that was like, and I can't remember precisely which year that came out from Goodman Games. That was a DCC RPG game. And what they did was they combined H.P. Lovecraft with an attack on the North Pole. So you had like candy cane monsters and eldritch abominations. And of course, they brought Santa Claus into it, which is the second or third time they featured him. And it's like, I don't know, it strikes me that it has to be a novelty module to make that work. I mean, it doesn't mean it's not fun, but it's got to be a novelty module.
and
Otherwise,
I'm guessing they're all filters, right? Because you don't want necessarily high level.
Incorrect.
Oh.
Incorrect. In fact, none of them are level zeros.
Huh.
Like I think, in fact, the only one that's truly low level, I think, was the first one they did, called The Old God's Return, when it was all centered around ancient Yule rituals and awakening a slumbering pagan god. Hint, it's Krampus. But that was the only level 1. And most of them are level 2. Some were level 3, and I think there was even one that was level 4, which is getting pretty high in the DCC RPG system.
Yeah.
Higher than
10 is epic level in DCC, right?
It is, or MCC RPG for that matter. And they did have an MCC RPG, a Mutant Crawl Classics one, which is probably appropriate for me to mention because I'm running a Gamma World style campaign. Yeah, called Home for the Holodeath, and that one came out in 2018. And I admit to actually owning that one. I can't imagine running it though. It's a neat read, and that's the thing I wonder. Are these being made primarily for people to purchase them and not really play them? I just wonder.
I think that's most modules. I mean,
fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, I think most people read modules and then steal from them the ideas they like. But I mean, certainly there's no reason you can't run the module exactly like it is, right? And if you're doing something kitschy like that, then why not, right? It's probably going to be a 1-2 shot, depending on how big the modules are. But
fair point. But I don't know. It's like I remember I bought it just because it had that neat Peter Zoag cover on it, and I thought, this might have some really cool stuff in it. And then I read it, and it's like, okay, yeah, I can't see myself running this.
Yeah, Santa is kind of the anti-adventurer, isn't he? He comes into the place, he searches around the rooms, he disturbs no one who's there, and he leaves things behind and then jets. He is the anti-adventurer in almost every way.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think the problem with those types of adventures is that they rely too much on the holiday theme. So, like, they don't put their extra effort on making the adventure fun or whatever, fascinating. They're saying that they're going to buy it because it's the holidays and it's a Christmas theme adventure or a Halloween theme adventure, and they drop the ball in a sense.
Yeah, but I bet.
Well, I mean, it's difficult, right? I mean, you've made the commitment to make it a holiday themed module, so yeah, I mean, you kind of got to follow through.
And you've got to commit to the bit for it to work, right? So
here's one.
I think
Authentic Conception.
I was going to say this is and it's not obvious, right?
There are people that argue that Tainted Conception is only a module that occurs at Christmas and is not actually a Christmas module.
Yes.
There you go.
So
I
I had a very sorry. I think there's a delay on my end, so I apologize for interrupting everyone accidents. So I had a twisted idea for a Christmas idea. It was take your demons in Chernobyl and have Christmas in Chernobyl instead.
I mean, yeah.
Chernobyl.
There was graphite and snowfall on the roof.
It wasn't snow.
Oh,
Exactly. It was white, but it was the snow.
that white fluffy stuff falling from the sky. It's not snow.
What would you like, little kid? Remission.
Well, now in Gamma World, it would be in Gamma World it would be a new beneficial mutation.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, that's it. Weird Al has that Christmas at Ground Zero song. That'd be perfect for
There you go.
Chernobyl.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was thinking the Night Santa Went Crazy song, which is one of my favorites.
Oh, what about Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer? Turn that into a mystery and run it.
Investigative horror.
Exactly.
There you go.
And then about midway through, the group realizes that you're just giving them clues based on, Ray Stevens' song, and they murder you. And then someone else gets to solve a mystery. It's two mysteries in one. It's great.
Let's kill Santa in the chat. It can help. Who killed Santa?
Someone playing with soundboard.
I'm playing.
Uh-oh.
I would have used what was the character name? The T or something? The poop guy.
Tio Caga.
Yeah, Cagatio.
Cagatio. Yes.
The Cagatio make a different sound.
I feel like there's a Christmas adventure for this guy, right? If nothing else, you could get a miniature of him and then just put it you're setting up the battle board and you just plop him down, on the board, and everyone's like, wait a minute, what's that guy doing? And like, you know what he's doing. What are you doing about it?
That sounds like something that would fit Lamentations of the Flame Princess adventure model.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have a whole adventure you could put that guy in. He would be master of ceremonies.
And then maybe James could do a video.
No, impersonating Cagatio.
I have heard that the reason that James Reggie did those videos like that, where he's like shirtless in a Turkish bathhouse, was that somebody on Twitter said that he looked like he never showered. And so for like a year, right, every video he did looked like he was constantly taking a bath. And
I don't know about that, because I saw like one or two of his videos where basically he was just some fat, hairy, naked guy.
Yeah, but
rambling about stuff, and it's like, okay, somebody has not been availing themselves of socialized medicine there in Finland.
But if that is the reason, I would support it wholly, because I do love trolling. But yeah, I could be misinformed, but I had heard that.
I think it had more to do with the lack of Prozac. So yeah. Honestly, that's why I stopped paying attention to Lamentations, because it's like, okay, one time it's being funny. The second time, dude, you're just being obnoxious. Stop.
Lord Mateus is going to decloak and fire on all of us.
I'll have to bring Roger in to back me up.
I love how we were talking about Mort Borg earlier, because I looked on my phone because I realized I had this module. It's this weird pamphlet that someone made called Santa Must Die. Travel on Mort Borg. You're playing as elves, and you're taking revenge on Santa.
Oh my! It's a labor dispute. It's a labor dispute.
Yeah, that's very socialist or communist.
Well, then it certainly belongs on a certain place, doesn't it?
Christmas ties. No!
Maybe that's why they added red to the entire Christmas thing, right? Because the old Sinterklaas, he was not dressed in red, but suddenly Coca-Cola came with the Santa Claus dressed in red. I wonder if there's something there too.
Was it Norman Rockwell that did the first portrait of him like that? I know it was definitely a Coke ad, but I don't remember.
I know Norman Rockwell did a lot of those of that art, yes, but it's a very good question.
Also, Coke started the idea that the polar bears are dying off because they're not getting enough Coke.
It says here, the AI, Haddon Sundblom was the first artist. Haddon Sundblom.
Okay.
I remember that. That's a very iconic. They did a lot of. They also were one of the early adopters of product placement. You know, they helped Blade Runner out. You know, in order to get the spinner to go buy a Coca-Cola ad, because it implies that Coca-Cola is going to be around forever, right?
Mhm.
Like if it's going to exist in 2019, that's the future. I mean, it was then.
It was.
That's why I love reading Cyberpunk now. It's like it's 2013 and the future is crazy. I'm like, yeah.
It is, but not like you thought, guys.
I
we
don't
went
think you
into-
can avoid that retro aspect of cyberpunk.
Yeah.
I keep thinking I ought to do an article about that, how cyberpunk is really trapped in the past. But it's a past nobody wants to leave.
I'm still
Look at
waiting
that.
for this guy to
Because-
pay me.
You want
Uh,
some B?
They will never pay me, but we're still waiting for that. J&B, it's our favorite product placement.
we went
Giallo.
into a
All
separate
the
timeline.
Giallos.
Yeah, the Giallos.
And someone else, there's a director that always puts J and B in there. Who
Oh, it must be a Giallo director.
Yeah, I think it probably is.
Yeah, it's probably. They basically 90% of Giallos have a J&B somewhere there.
If you see
Huh.
it, it's a Giallo-like production. Even if it's not a Giallo,
Well,
yeah.
It's because it's got a yellow label, right? I mean,
Everything's better with
there.
Jalo.
No, it
Yeah.
was actually product placement because apparently, apparently Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin were J&B drinkers, and because they were Italian American, they were trying to convince Americans in general that it was a cool drink. If I'm not mistaken, in Ocean's 11, there's a scene where they are drinking J&B as well.
So you're saying that Frank Sinatra was basically the first Pitbull, because Pitbull sneaks his
Wow.
vodka into every music video he makes. You know,
I don't know who Pitbull is. Sorry.
I'm
Well,
Mr.
I
Worldwide,
would say it would be
cats.
P. Diddy, but he sneaks a lot more in now than vodka.
Yeah, he's got that Johnson and Johnson baby oil on lock. Astroglide is like just throwing him money at this point. I bet his commissary account is ridiculous. Didn't they have a tabloid picture of him like already spooning up to his
With his
fellow
prison
inmates?
girlfriend.
You love to see it. You know, hate the game, not the player. That's what I say.
He's probably promising a lot of people record deals right now.
But yeah,
Yeah,
I'll make you
making
famous.
lots of
Buddy,
promises.
You can't make you famous at this point, right?
Or any more infamous, anyway.
That's true. That's true.
It's for me to let you. I don't know who Pitbull is. Yeah, I'm probably not.
Lucky you, because you have a bottle of J&B
No, actually, I have a
being
bottle.
DoorDash to you.
I don't drink J&B when I'm doing stream. I never drink.
You never drink JB because it's nasty.
It's not. Well, at least the ones that
The ones that sell here in Portugal, yeah, are the normal ones.
maybe
All
they
right,
have some better.
So next Christmas themed topic. What game or game product do you hope is under the tree on Christmas?
I would like a red room game under every Christmas tree. Of course, that's not going to happen. Not mine. Everybody.
I was about to say, don't you have them all at this point?
No, under other people's.
Not ours.
Sure.
Not
Well,
ours.
sure.
We have everything.
Don't you have
Yeah.
little chain smoking elves that go around distributing your games?
Yeah.
What
And
we
they
don't
all
have
talk
is
like
Christmas
Jack
tree.
Kerouac.
Exactly.
We can't
Or,
have a Christmas tree, so there's no.
New flesh for everyone.
That would be nice. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, nothing says Christmas like new flesh because it's
No,
got
of course.
tainted
Yeah.
conception, you know.
There you go.
And it's
exactly.
also good for the new year. So new year, new flash.
Yeah. There's a New Year's Eve themed adventure as well. It's included in the book. So if you buy New Flash and then Tainted Conception, you covered the holidays.
Oh yeah,
Not
and one of the sample adventures in New Flesh
yeah,
has a Catalan
yeah,
separatist
the
terrorist
Putin,
who, yeah.
exactly, yeah.
I mean, that's
The
not mentioned, but I feel like it'd be easy to work in. Like, once the El Said guy shows up, you'd be
as
like,
long
yeah,
as
how
you
do you
put
feel?
someone,
Yeah, how do you feel about that poop guy? He's like, oh, love him, love him. I brought several in my travel bags.
so you're just
I remember
missing.
when we played that, you guys wanted to kill that guy so bad. Like,
Yeah.
you met him at the hotel and
Yeah,
you were just like,
he's annoying.
couldn't wait to shoot him in the face.
He was a very nice guy. Yeah.
he was a lover and a fighter.
So apparently, for New Flash, we are only missing Dia de Reis.
Yes.
We covered most of the holidays.
Well, we can do the advice in Morocco, I guess. So it will go.
Well, it's
The
Which holiday is it?
King's Day.
Oh,
Dia de
yeah,
las Reis. I don't know how to say that because it's Spanish.
Mardi Gras.
Yeah. No, it's not Mardi Gras.
Dia de Reis. Dia de las Reis.
Dia de los Reyes.
Dia de las Reis, yes.
Yeah, in Spain, it's
when they open the gifts, not on Christmas
very,
Day.
yeah, it's more important than
like on January 6th or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
In America, the only King's Day we have is Elvis's birthday.
Is it just when the
That gets us all shook up.
In Mexico, a lot of parents hated Dia de los Reyes because you had to give gifts to your kids twice. You had to give them first because of Santa Claus and then because of the Reyes, of the Wizard Kings.
Well, be glad that you don't have the old Renaissance and Reformation era English holiday of 12 days of Christmas, which was a real thing. That's where 12th night comes from. So what you're calling Dia de Reyes sounds a lot like 12th night.
Yeah.
Because that's what ended that period of time. And yes, there would be more gift giving. But at one point in time, it was gift giving every night. Can you imagine trying to keep up with that?
There'd
be a lot of recycled gifts.
Isn't that what basically Hanukkah is?
Well, that's what Advent calendar is,
Yeah.
right?
Just
Only the ones that have alcohol.
So many expensive gifts for my children.
I noticed that everybody tried to avoid saying what they wanted under their tree. It's amazing.
Well,
it's weird. If I were to
my side really quick.
Go for it. So, I don't know. That's a very good question. When I think of items under the Christmas tree, the truth is, if I like a TTRPG item, I usually just go ahead and buy it.
Me too. But while he's not here, it's a good time for me to say that I want the Hunter calendar for 2022. Because
I heard his name.
I hear December is lit. I hear that December. I've heard the word smoke show thrown around a little bit, and I'm like, you know what? Actually, I got my deck of mini triggers recently, and they gave away like some extra stuff because of the weight, and one of them is a D&D adventure, and it's about an elf princess who is selling feet pics, and I'm like, is that a reference to that lady that Hunter was talking?
Wait.
That's hilarious.
I was not able to back that because I just never could find the money to put together to be able to back it myself. So I unfortunately missed out on it.
Well, I'm sure they'll sell the deck of mini triggers.
Remember that we did some cards for it?
And you did that awesome music video. That music
Oh
video
god, but that was such a
amazing.
callback though. Because again, when I had that freaking crazy chick in my game, I was not on Twitter at the time. I was off of it, and then when I joined on X, 3 years ago now, actually, was when I joined it. That was when I found out all that stuff about it. I'm like, what kind of freak was I playing alongside?
An entrepreneur. An entrepreneur. That's who you were playing with.
I'm gonna get the water, but yes, the red screw calendar.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll be Mr. July. That'll.
So, where are you going to take your picture?
At VentureCon, because it'll be July.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good. Yeah.
But believe it or not, I think there should be an audience. You never know. Like there are people with all sorts of tastes.
That's
They-
true.
they,
That's true. And hey, if you're the one, you're the one that hits that market. I mean, I got nothing but respect for it. I'm trying to do that, but my OnlyFans is going nowhere. Nowhere.
Want to hear something very well, very very well? I have received throughout the years various like requests. I was like, hey, I'm willing to pay you. Who knows how much if you do this for me? Like what?
Oh,
So imagine you have people fantasizing about a 43 years old guy like me.
I mean,
Like what?
hey,
You kind of look like you look like a Spanish-speaking Dio, if I may say so.
Maybe it's that. Maybe they have like a Dio fetish. Some Dio. Or
Oh, there you go.
So what do you think,
So-
Jed? VentureCon as well?
VentureCon in yeah. Yes to the first, no to the second, and that is for everyone's
You
business.
don't want to split the boys.
Maybe
There's
Venture.
There's enough cheese in Wisconsin. We don't need to add any more.
He might if you were to like if you were to lie like naked on a table, he might invent a new game mechanism about which dice fall in your belly button. I'm just saying.
I'm sure that would be worth a divine favor, right? Like he would immediately.
I mean, that'd be the perfect thing for a dice goblin. Just lie down naked and just have a pool of dice just covering your private area, so no one.
Oh my goodness!
I think
Hey,
when
that sounds a
Satine
bit-
Phoenix did it, that was good enough for everybody.
That sounds a bit like those hobbies from the rich people. You know, when they place the naked woman on the table and they put food on the naked
Oh yeah,
woman.
the sushi.
Sushi, yes,
How
exactly.
about playing a tabletop RPG with like a naked and you roll the dice on it?
Now there's a new concept for a dice.
I would
dice
do that.
tower. Okay.
Dice
So
tower
dice
just going down the spine of her back, out the table.
Somebody in Japan.
Oh my
is
goodness!
taking furious notes right now.
Well, that could actually would be the map for men, because
Oh,
the
that's
planet
true.
is the woman.
That's true because the world of men is a big woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah.
With a dragon approaching her, as I recall, and in a Freudian manner, from what I imagine.
So talking about gaming stuff under the Christmas tree. So I was just kind of searching, and I had no idea certain items had that kind of value in our space.
Oh.
Veins of the Earth, first printing hardcover supplement for Lamentations of the Flame Princess, released in 2017. Okay,
Okay.
$425.
Whoa.
What? What?
I've heard some silly prices for some things.
That's pretty silly, dude. Come
And
on.
there's-
I got money.
There's some
I got
process-
money like
Yeah.
that. I reviewed the pamphlet that allows you to generate monsters in Lamentations. I don't remember the name, but it's just a pamphlet. It's like typical thin pamphlet. And I don't want to say the name of the buyer, right? But somebody saw it on my video and he said, "I am paying you this amount of money for it." And it
Yeah.
was, if I
Well,
remember
he
correctly,
does those small print runs, so if you get it,
I think if I remember correctly, it was between $500 to $400 for it, for the pamphlet.
Whoa.
Oh,
And you can
for
purchase it on
goodness
PDF.
sakes.
Because at first I was like, well, I really like it. I don't want to part from it. And he said, I'm offering you this. And I'm okay. Okay, I'll send it to you.
done. Yeah.
So I guess we should stop selling games, and then in a few years, I will sell mine.
You sell
I'll probably make more
first
money
edition of Men,
than I'm making now.
a
It's
first
nice book.
edition of Men signed by Dick Pound, and then you
Well, I bought Big Pound,
I
and then
own one.
might work.
There you go. There you go.
and then people will have it
I was looking
fingerprinted
at
by
that
the
number
FBI
though, and
to
it just
find out who he is.
is it
Sorry?
because of the art bookiness of it? So let me explain what I'm getting at here. A perfect example is Morkborg. You look at Morkborg. Is it a game? Well, yeah, but it's also kind of an art project. I mean, really, look at it. It's like the way they did the book and the graphic design and all that. And the rules are kind of slapped together. I played a few sessions of it. It's fun, but at the end of the day, it feels like as much an art project as a game.
Yeah,
And so when I look at certain supplements, when you look at like Veins of the Earth, like that first printing, they did all this kind of oddball stuff as part of the printing, and it makes you wonder if that isn't where the real value is. It's like it's not people buying it because they think the content is worth $450. They're buying it because it's a rare book with all kinds of kind of weird production value type stuff associated with it.
Yeah.
Um,
Did y'all ever see the Nobilis second edition book? It was literally a coffee table book. It was, it was a oversized rectangular shape. I mean, had a leafed front on it. It was a lovely book. And it was designed to be, it was designed to be a kind of a center place conversation starter kind of book. And I mean, consequently, I think it probably sold a lot for that. Not to mention the fact that that the game was pretty solid, but the third edition
I tend to feel like
didn't do anyone any favors.
Yeah, I tend to feel like something becoming collectible kind of spoils it because that's not really the point. Like the business with the original wood grain box versions of 1974 D&D, the ones that contained references to hobbits and ents. I mean, they go at auction for like $20,000. It's like, what is the point of that? It's just one step above being mimeotyped. I mean, come on.
I wonder what for like original copies of things like Alarms and Excursions go for. I have heard that it is very rare to have a first edition Tunnels and Trolls because he only made 100 of them, and Ken St. Andre confirmed that he doesn't have one. Like he made exactly 100 of them, and it took forever to sell them off. And it's just 2 pieces of construction paper and a bunch of mimeograph pages stapled. 3 staples for a spine. And I mean, I'm not sure if I have one or not. I may have one. And I need to look through my Tunnels and Trolls stuff that's in a storage box somewhere and see, because I'm like, if I do have one, that would be something, right?
Maybe you want it.
The rarest game thing that I have is Hero Games made a Champions module where a group of people are going back to kill Hitler. They're going back in time, and the object of the game is the players have to go and stop that because it will have a horrible effect on the timeline. But the optics for it were just so ridiculously bad that they pulled it before it shipped, and there were just a few people that didn't send their copies back, and one of those came into my possession. And the adventure is so otherwise, it's just it's poor optics. The adventure is perfectly salvageable, but they were like, nope, we should not have made this.
I don't know.
It's self editing.
Yeah.
Personally, it sounds to me like a pretty cool module.
Yeah.
I once had an opportunity to get Last Unicorn Games a copy of Dune Chronicles of the Imperium. Their version of it, and it never came out. So like only about 3 or 4 review copies made it out into the wild. And I had a chance one time to get it, and just didn't
But
have the ready
wasn't
cash
wasn't
on me for it.
wasn't the game available?
No, well the new one is from
No, I mean no, I mean that one, the old one. Was it
no,
not sold?
there were just a few copies that were out there. I think maybe
What
100.
happened?
They the licensing I think fell through,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, so they never got them out the door. But the Last Unicorn Games, that Coda system was pretty good too. That's probably the best Star Trek game too, truth be told. Um, although
I
I
think that
loved the maps and
the
the PASA one.
the rarest game related item that I have is a board game, a Mexican board game called the Black Knight, El Caballero Negro. Have you ever seen it?
No.
No.
It's fun. It's a weird case because it looked like a Mexican company was trying to be the Mexican Games Workshop. So they released the board game, and they were like, soon an entire line of miniatures will be sold for your game, El Caballero Negro, and all of that. So I didn't know anything about it. I just saw it in a store, and I just purchased it on a whim. But then I found out that there was very few copies in existence, and a lot of them came without the instruction manual. So even up to this day, every now and then I have like an email from someone and, hey, I saw that you have the El Caballero Negro. Do you have the instruction booklet? And I was, yeah, okay. Oh, can you please photocopy it? And sometimes I do it. Sometimes I just fed up like, oh, like you get asked for it so much. In fact, let me bring it to you.
You
I'll be
need
right
to make
back.
your own retro clone of it, is what I'm hearing, and then you could
I'll show it to you. I'll be back. I'll be right back.
imagine what could have been if
Yeah.
if the Mexican version of Games Workshop had taken off and not Games Workshop. 40K would have been so much cooler.
Well,
Man, you
it's
can't
interesting.
One of the older
bundle
things-
more than Games Workshop did. They are the Google of miniature games. Like, they succeed, but they're just evil beyond belief, right? Like, oh, we have customers and we hate them, and they'll stay our customers for life. Like,
That's a strange thing.
Warhammer people will buy their paint, for God's sake. And I wouldn't be surprised if you go to a Warhammer tournament and you pull out miniatures and it has like someone else's paint on it. If some like dude doesn't go, I don't think that's orc green. I'm going to need a ruling. And then some referee is like, you're out of here. Those people are just vile.
Well, the joke is it's called 40K because that's how much in debt you'll be once you're done buying everything.
Exactly. And you'll go to hobby shops and you'll see those setups of like 2 Titans and like, those big, bombed out cathedral parts and stuff that they have for set dressing. I'm like, man, I'm so glad I cannot paint a miniature or I would be broke. I would just be broke.
I just never saw the point in wasting money on cheap plastic.
Yeah. I like paper miniatures. I'll say it. I like them.
Well, speaking of paying a lot of money for paper, let's talk about collectible card games.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
That was the bane of my existence, is that, and I realized without Magic the Gathering, there's a very good chance that there's a lot of friendly local game stores that wouldn't even exist anymore. But, the annoyance. I would remember going to a game store and I would be waiting patiently by the counter to like buy some dice or something to kind of help support the store. There'd be like, 3 or 4 12-year-old kids trying to find some way to beat the guy down on some collectible card. And
you realized you didn't need to support the store. The store.
It's like the store is being paid for by somebody's dad working in a factory somewhere so his son can blow his allowance on Magic the Gathering cards.
Cardboard crack. Yep.
It's cardboard crack, buddy. It's cardboard crack. Not as much anymore, apparently, is what I'm hearing, but it was at one
I
time.
Pokemon.
That and Pokemon.
Yeah.
Well, they're still going, but as I understand
was,
it's actually not quite as profitable. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anybody.
When I was at my local.
Go for it.
Sorry, go ahead. Oh, I was gonna say last time I was at my local game store, I just bought dice as a birthday gift to myself, and I was waiting by the counter, and of course they have like the decks, and then they have the cards individually sold as well if they're like better ones. I think one guy bought a card for like $30 for like for the Pokemon game, I think, if I recall, because there was like they had Pokemon, they had Magic, they had Lorcana, which is the Disney one, and then there was another one that's new that just came out. I think it's Star Wars or something like that. And there was a bunch of people buy those, and then finally, once they were done, got up, bought my dice, and I'm just like, okay, have a good night. See y'all again whenever I want a new game or more dice. So,
I'll tell you a story. Atlas Games put out before the dark times, and they like just suddenly made third editions that were all bad. They made a game called Pandemonium, and it was basically a tabloid reality RPG where you played reporters and photographers that worked for a, weekly world news style tabloid, and you would go and investigate like Bigfoot occurrences or cryptids or whatnot. It was great, but it came out the very same day that the first sets of Magic the Gathering came out, and just no one heard about it, right? Like it just got obliterated by, the CCG craze.
Oh.
Hey, wait a minute. Is that the Black Knight?
It's pretty big.
We were talking while you were gone. It would be neat if the Mexican equivalent of Games Workshop had succeeded and Games Workshop had not. That would have been a very different world. Right?
Well, I can tell you something. They wouldn't be woke at all. They wouldn't have female custodes and distorting the lore according to the current trends.
And they wouldn't be flooding America because they would have jobs down there to stay down there for.
There you go.
It'd be a cottage industry.
MTG has the most toxic player base, probably true. Because I know that they get it like into nasty fights within that community.
The worst fight I ever had in my gaming group was over a Magic the Gathering game at like 3 a.m. And this guy, he was one of my best pals. He was playing this. He had just gotten an Ingve Malmsteen CD, right? And he loved this guy, and he had been playing. While we're playing cards, this thing had played like on 70 repeats at this point. And we're in this argument. We're both late teenagers, and we're arguing over this point of rules. And that the song, the No One Sees the Seventh Sign or whatever, kicks up again. And I'm like, I've had it. I took the CD out of the player and opened a sliding glass door and just threw it into the night. I'm like, we've had enough of this. It was the worst blowout we ever had. And I'm like, man, these things are poison. Like the next day, I'm like, I don't know what came over me. It was like, Magic the Gathering, you tap 2 lands and destroy a friendship, right?
I was dead wrong. I'm looking now at the numbers. Magic the Gathering is bigger than it's ever been.
Really?
Holy cow.
Video games and such?
It's because they are adding Warhammer 40,000 and G.I. Joe.
It's the crossover sets, exactly.
And Marvel and Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
So the big 3 are Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh!
See, my nephew loves Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm like, does anyone play it anymore? And then, clearly he does. So, yeah.
I used to collect it back in the early 2000s before all the different cards came out, and I ended up getting rid of my collection. I bought just a couple starter decks just for nostalgia of it, and I pull them out every now and then. But I don't play anymore. Like the synchro summoning and the Z summoning lost me. Pendulum summoning I'm kind of okay with for the most part. I thought it was just a neat, cool mechanic. I'm for the speed rush duels. Is what I would wish they would go back to, because that is like classic Yu-Gi-Oh to me, and what it was about back when I was younger and playing like middle school, underneath the playground slide. Me and my buddies, just dueling it out with each other. We got the anti cards off to the side, just trying to make sure we win it. So
Yeah, it looks
Wow, they
like the whole
release a
speed
new
thing
set every quarter.
was really good. I've heard so many people talking fondly about that moment, and even I think it was the time of the 5Ds anime. That version of the anime is also really good. I don't know why they moved so far away from that.
yeah, the animes are good, but the cards got more complex as time went on. Like I saw a Instagram short one day where it's like a guy brought his like classic deck, and there's a guy with like a more modern deck, and the guy's like, I summon Beaver Warrior, card face down, that's my turn. And the guy's like, I summon this monster, sacrifice it, and I summon all three blue eyes white dragons and attack you directly.
And no
Yeah,
one
they have-
goes, wait a minute. Did you say Beaver Warrior? And then there's like 2 hours of weird cackling and Beavis and Butthead impersonations.
Yeah, they always do that. No matter the game,
Hero
they always
Warrior.
bring out the new stuff that is better than the old stuff, because otherwise you don't buy as many.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, they released something with the Spider-Man set that made like an old Caltrop card part of a combo, and like people were paying out the nose for a card that had been discontinued like ages ago, and it was super common at the time, but not many people were using it, and apparently they sunset old cards in Magic, like if it's like
Yes, they
Legacy or
do.
whatever, and they won't let you play them anymore. I'm like, man,
It is
that's
intentionally
trash.
designed to make you buy new sets. MTG is built around the concept of basically being. It's very similar to what you see in the computer gaming space, where essentially you're almost on a subscription model,
Yeah.
right? So if you want to advance in the game, you have to buy loot boxes. You have to pay for this or that or this set skin or that. It's the same thing. It's intentional obsolescence. You can't just buy a deck and play the game. If
So-
you got to keep going.
So you own nothing, but are you happy?
I don't know. Ask all the kids playing Magic.
There's also
Yes,
now a version of Magic online. I mean, in computer, so you don't even have the physical cards.
Yeah.
It's all in the phone or whatever.
And see the
But you still buy the
computer version's
cards.
the way to go,
I
right?
don't even have them in paper, so we just.
Well,
I
that's
don't
the
know,
thing
it's
with Yu-Gi-Oh
just-
now, is they're all like computer games, and I play Yu-Gi-Oh Duel Links on my phone lately, and that's like the Speed Rush and the Rush Duels and all that. So it's very fast paced, and it's all like very much like a lot of cards you won't even find in Duel Links, because the idea is like it's fast paced. Like within like 10 turns, you're probably done. And some of the cards, it just goes on forever if you play that card in the actual game. So
Yeah, all I know about Yu-Gi-Oh, I know from watching little segments of the anime, and apparently there's no turn structure, and you just scream at each other.
The anime is always criticized because many of the rules are bullshit. Like what they pull
Yeah.
off in the anime, it has nothing to do with the game.
And I know that.
Oh, yeah. First season Yu-Gi-Oh was-
trap card, right? Like, what's a trap
Yeah.
card?
no, I think Yu-Gi-Oh Bridge. Wait, did you summon 3 blue eyes one turn? Yeah, so that's against the rules, is it? Screw the rules. I has money.
There you go. Yeah, Mr. Suitcase always wins in CCGs. That's for sure. So when are they going to make a collectible poker game? Oh, I just realized Baltro is a collectible poker game, isn't it? But yeah, like, dude, be good to have a nightmare chess kind of equivalent for poker or rummy or something. Apparently, Pharaoh is making a comeback because of some Western RPG that uses it as a. And I'm like, how? I'm curious how you would use it as a task resolution system, because Pharaoh is basically like a card version of roulette. Like you put down a bet on what you think the next card to get flipped over is going to be. And so I'm like,
Um,
I guess maybe whoever gets closest with their guess to the card that gets flipped over wins the turn or the the task or something. I'd be curious to see how they work it, but yeah, Pharaoh was a game that was very popular in the West, but then it disappeared. Like, and most of the time when people are playing poker in westerns, they probably would have been playing Pharaoh instead. But and apparently it's named after a city in Portugal.
Far.
But the game doesn't come from Portugal. It apparently comes from like either France or Belgium, I think.
Let me check that.
Well, it's like baccarat.
trying to
Apparently, that's a really big gambling card game
Yeah.
in like European casinos.
Well,
I've
and that's what
never seen
James
anyone
Bond-
play it here.
Yeah, that's what James
Yeah.
Bond was playing in the books and in the first movie, and then they changed it to Texas Hold'em, which led to the most cringe moment of that whole thing, where the guy's explaining what a tail is to Ava Green's character because they're desperately afraid the audience won't understand how bluffing works. No, Bond will have to go all in order. I'm like, oh my god, please trust the audience to not be stupid, right? But no, James Bond movies cannot take any chances.
Well, not the modern ones anyway.
Not the modern ones. But then they expect you to know what Tosco is. Like, in a scene or two later, right? They're like, oh, Tosco isn't for everyone or whatever. And I'm like, okay, you made that joke, but you had to explain Texas Hold'em to a world that's on fire for this stupid game. I mean, I'm sorry, Texas Hold'em's a great poker game and not a complete fad that fell off immediately after. Like, no one plays it anymore, do they? Maybe
No,
I'm
I don't
wrong.
think so.
Yeah, could be.
Okay, I was trying to look this up really quick because I heard about there was a. I don't know if it's still people still do this anymore, but there was a game at one point called Phoenix Dawn Command, and it was a TTRPG, but you collected cards, and that was like your character deck of what you can do. But the problem was they weren't all put out at the time, and once you ran out of cards in your deck, you were out. And they were supposed to have released more cards to collect, and it just didn't catch on, or they just didn't release them properly, so the game
I
kind of
wonder-
died out.
I wonder if it was related to Phoenix Command, the most
That's
crunchy game system for firearms I've ever seen. Like, it was probably a little.
So, are you
more
talking about the
needed.
game that Keith Baker did? Phoenix Dawn
I'm
Command?
about to double check. Phoenix Dawn Command,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to see who made it. Noble Knight Games apparently has copies in their inventory. Apparently,
I think it's called Together Studios, TWO. Yeah, it's kind of funny because
Yeah,
it's
that's
like a bargain.
Keith Baker, creator of Everrun, created
Yeah.
Phoenix Dawn Command.
It turned into a bargain basement game. They tried selling it for $50. Now you can get it for like half that. That's interesting.
So, are the cards maneuvers, or are they just? Is it like?
I think they're supposed to be
play
like
my
your
punch the
actions you
guy-
can do in a
Yeah,
game.
okay. So it's like I punched the guy in the face. Like, and like, do you have the punch a guy in the face card? And they're like, no, I've got surrender and pay them. Well, then I
This
guess that's what
sounds
you're doing, Bob.
This still sounds disturbingly like an attempt to combine TTRPGs and collectible card games. Because I could
Oh,
see the
man.
next stage.
That's
of this.
what it was.
That's like kissing your sister. Don't do it. Don't.
Yeah, this is evil.
Never
This
try
is
to
evil.
make an RPG.
I'm glad you failed with this, Keith. It's evil.
Never. Make
Yeah,
an RPG
apparently
for
it's a
kids.
460 page manual on Drive Thru RPG. You can get the PDF of it for like $10 now.
Oh, and
Fantasy
you can
Flight
print
Games
out all the
attempted
cards.
that with the third edition of Warhammer Fantasy. You had so many cards and tokens and different dice. That was the aim. If you wanted to play the full experience, you needed to buy like 5 box sets with all of the cards.
You know who would have never done that?
Hmm.
The guys that made the Black Knight in Mexico. They would have
Ah.
made a really good Warhammer, man.
Martillo de guerra. Instead of Warhammer. El martillo de guerra.
Doesn't sound bad. Martillo de guerra. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. It does sound better, doesn't it?
Sounds more aggressive.
Uh-huh.
It sounds like something that,
More manly.
Ricardo Montalban would say. Like,
Yeah.
if you got Ricardo Montalban to do your ads, that would be awesome.
It would have sold much better, I'm sure.
Speaking of, there was an ad in Dragon Magazine back in the day, and it was for a LARP. It was like this worldwide live action role playing game where you would do missions in the real world. And it started in it was in Alberta, Canada, I think was where the kickoff was going to be, and Patrick Stewart was going to be like the master of ceremonies for the beginning of it. And I was like, that sounds so cool. And now I think, was that just like Canadian intelligence trying to recruit a bunch of people for their intelligence? like what kind of missions are you going to do in the real world? It was too early to be, one of those ARWs or whatever, right? So I'm like, oh, just go to your port and take pictures of submarines. Like, oh, I got 4 XPs, and now I'm gonna get thrown in jail.
You lose if you get caught by security.
Exactly. You remember the game Arma? It's like a military first-person shooter video game.
Yeah, I remember that one.
They had some developers in the art department going and taking pictures of places, and they took a whole bunch of pictures of some secured facilities. And I forget what country it was, but they busted them and put them in jail for espionage.
Did they do that for Top Secret as well in the TSR days?
Maybe.
Boys.
What they like taking pictures of maps of buildings?
What I heard is that they got into trouble with the law because they were using the plastic guns to play.
Oh, like Killer, yeah, the assassination game.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the assassination game. Yeah, man. Boy, that was a long time
That
ago.
movie was.
Or no, I'm thinking about I'm thinking Steven Jackson's. What was that? The spy thing he made for GURPS that one time.
Steve Jackson Games got busted because they were talking to members of the Legion of Doom to make their cyberpunk hacking rules as realistic as possible, and like everyone they chatted with was basically on a watch list, and they thought that GURPS Cyberpunk was going to basically be a how-to hack manual, and so yeah, they busted in to seize the first draft of it. And of course, Steve Jackson, being an entrepreneur, was like, "This is perfect marketing." Like the cover of the first edition, or probably all editions of it, say the game's so controversial, the Secret Service busted in on us. But yeah, they took it very seriously at the time.
Just when you want to take your government seriously.
Yeah.
But Steven Jackson sounds a bit like a controlled opposition, because after that whole thing, suddenly he brought out the Illuminati card game, and you see the many events in the cards. They even have Donald Trump, so he was aware of what was going to happen.
Oh yeah, the New World Order cards are amazingly interesting. Like even there's something called like a terrorist attack or something, and it shows the Twin Towers getting blown up, and I'm like, wow, like it's just happenstance, but holy moly,
he's part of the tribe. Yeah.
With a name like Jackson. But I think it's funny that the Secret Service kicked in the door because Steve Jackson was looking for trouble. I mean, sort of fits the whole. Everything in his life, everything in his life just sort of comes full circle, doesn't it? I was very happy to learn when he went nutso that he's not the Steve Jackson that made Advanced Fighting Fantasy. Like that is the British Steve Jackson, and I'm like, oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, they're
the other one is
making a second edition of 2 now. I keep seeing ads for.
Oh, I hope they don't mess it up. I mean, technically they made a second edition. They didn't change the rules, but the reprint, they cleaned it up with better. And that is a fun game. I mean,
What game? What game?
Tune from Steve
Ah,
Jackson
yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah. I remember.
And it's sort of a mini version of the D6 system. Now, the first D6 system, like that would become Star Wars and all that, was in Ghostbusters, and Sandy Peterson designed it. But they beefed it up for Star Wars, and then that first Star Wars game was just near perfect. That was such a fun game. We played that for years and years.
Yeah, I played it a lot as well.
But yeah, Toon has some
But not Ghostbusters. I never
has
played
some
Ghostbusters.
neat rules to it
Yeah,
because it
Toon
uses
I never
cartoon
played.
logic. And Teenagers from Outer Space was another game similar to that, where it was very. There was a game called Tales from the Floating Vagabond, and it was like this comedic.
There's
game
a second
set
edition of
in
that
this,
out now.
Yeah, it's a comedic game. It's set in this, this very funny kind of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, universe where you can go all over the place. But the rules were the SPI kind of rules you would expect, and I'm like, these rules don't work for comedy. Like you really should have gotten Mike Pondsmith to make your game, basically, because Teenagers from Outer Space, if you ran Tales from the Floating Vagabond with the TFOS rules, it was a near perfect combination because you wanted that zaniness and you wanted rules that work for that, right? And yeah, that system was not. And it had a really good group working on it, like S. John Ross and just a bunch of, really talented people, but they were still stuck in that second gen RPG where they're like, oh, we need to have encumbrance rules. Do you? like it's a comedy game, like you can hand wave it a little bit or, give everybody bags of holding or, hyperspace backpacks or something, But it was interesting.
Fun story because I listened. Sorry, I'm hearing the lag still, and I don't mean to keep interrupting every time we try to talk. But
You're
story
right.
about that second edition of Tales. Story about the second edition of Tales. I heard an interview with the new creators about it. It almost didn't come out because the guy who originally created it, he was working with some other people, but he was so hands-on and always wanted to do everything that he was barely sharing any of his work with the other creators that were part of it. And the guy basically worked himself to death making the game, and they couldn't find, and basically whoever like his what's the word I'm looking for, like his heirs were whatever, they took all his stuff, and the people who were helping him make it no longer had access to it. And after I don't know how many years, because there was even a whole Kickstarter for it, was fully funded, and I forget how many years had gone by, and people were just waiting for nothing, and it was going to be like, oh, we're not getting our stuff. Well, finally, I think like 5-6 years later, the creators of the project finally got the hard drive and saved the stuff that was on it and finished the game from there, and were able to finally start releasing it out to the people that backed it years later.
This is the second edition, right? This
the second edition, yeah.
Wow, holy moly!
Yes.
So, all right, Miguel, take that to heart. Don't work yourself to death. No matter how funny the game you're working on is, don't work yourself to death.
Now I want a wretched tune, or a red tunes, something like that. Now, just a bunch of zany cartoon creatures, just basically art red mixed with smiling friends. The RPG is what it would be.
Yeah, Red meets Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You could do that.
I was joking the other day because I do a lot of collabs with VTubers, so they always they have the thumbnail, and I'm the only human surrounded by anime characters. Like Roger
surrounded
Rabbit.
by a harem of anime girls. Life must be so.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
No, when I the 5e game
that
the 5e game I'm streaming for, they're all a bunch of VTubers as well. So a buddy of mine using his AI that he pays for a PNG. I became PNG tuber. It's basically it's an area pale white skin, blonde hair, blue eyes, wearing a Merry Soldier outfit. So I introduced myself as everyone's favorite arrogant tiefling on the streams.
So do you just like use Flash or whatever to make him bounce around as you talk?
There's a program called VetoTuber that you just kind of insert the pictures here and there, and then I can assign keys to where if I want to change the images while it's talking. But there's a still image, then when I talk, it'll like light up the image. It actually kind of moves it around a little bit to show that hey, I'm talking kind of deal. So,
yeah. There's
so it's very simple to do actually.
Cool beans. Maybe I should do that because I have a face for radio.
Yeah, it's probably better than seeing a blue planet. Just the, I guess.
No, it's a blue map, right? It's one of the old.
That's a
blue
dungeon
maps.
map. That's a dungeon map. Perhaps going to a Christmas themed treasure.
Guys, I think I'm gonna hit my bedtime hour.
Yeah, I need to head out too. I think
the kitten doesn't stop, and she started to annoy me. So I'll try to put her to bed with myself. Well, it's on bed. I'm not making.
It's Friday night. All the elven ladies won't wait for me, so I'm.
I didn't answer my own question even. What I want under my Christmas
Yeah.
tree is Gangbusters BX Second Edition. Now the chances of that are very low from what I'm gathering.
If I would get something, I would want back the books I've lost over the years.
One of the books I asked for is I want the One Ring by Free League, which is their Lord of the Ring game. So that's one I asked for. Oh
yeah, Free League will get you a game, but not the people that make Gangbusters BX Second Edition. I literally
not for a Free League game.
I literally kickstarted.
I don't mind having Blade Runner. Okay. So
yeah, I literally kickstarted Stars Without Number hardcover. Sat through the Kickstarter. The Kickstarter funded. He worked on it. He shipped it out. I got it like this week, all within the time that I've been waiting on the pre-order for Gangbusters BX.
Oh man, and don't even get started with Kevin Crawford. Crawford is a machine.
He is a machine, and I'm.
Dude, if he says I'm going to do this game for you, here it is. I'm going to do it by this date. Here's how much I want from you. You will get it.
Yep. Set your watch, yeah, and I love that he calls everyone munificent patrons. Yep. Good night.
Good night,
Sylvia.
Good night, Sylvia.
Bye.
Ho ho ho. Bye.
And
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Navidad.
Christmas.
Yeah, how do you say it? Is it Feliz Navidad in
Feliz
Portuguese?
Navidad. Mm-hmm. Y próspero año nuevo, and have a happy New Year, kind of like that. Mm-hmm.
And in Portuguese, is it fairly
it's very
close?
close. It's Feliz Natal. That's
Okay.
Same as Feliz Navidad.
Oh, yeah.
And Bom Ano Novo. That's
What does that mean?
Bon.
It sounds a bit of French, right? Bon An New, like Happy New Year.
Yeah. It's
Oh, okay. So y'all borrow some French occasionally?
No, but it's similar.
It's because we share the Latin root, the same Latin root. So Latin like spread out into Portuguese, Spanish.
The Romance languages. English is not a Romance language. We just
No, we're from the superior
Germanic.
Nordic roots.
ugh.
We're
will
from the
say-
Northern European branch of the Indo-Europeans that
I will
conquered
say
the
I'm
world.
very glad that our nouns don't have genders because when I was learning German in high school, that was so hard. Like, why is a car a male?
And it's arbitrary.
Yeah.
It is. It's arbitrary. It's like, why does this have this gender?
Yeah.
Who decided that?
That's like if I had more of a southern accent, even though because I'm like in the northern part of the South, so if I had a further southern accent, I would totally be picking up chicks more than likely by now.
So you're in the northern part of the South, so Connecticut.
Tennessee?
That is like
Arkansas?
Connecticut's more northern. Northwest Arkansas area. Yes.
Okay.
Arkansas.
Okay,
There you
yeah.
go. Okay.
So
I
like
was figuring.
I'm like an hour away from Missouri, basically.
Do,
So
do you still have Waffle Houses?
we do have Waffle Houses and Waffle House in the area.
Then you are proudly still in the South.
Yeah. Waffle houses and
I mean, I'm in the South. Yes, I just
Crystal
don't have
burgers.
the accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet
Cracker
tea.
Barrels.
Now
You have to
our Crystal
explain
Burger shut down. It did not last long.
Oh.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Oh, and Krispy Kreme donuts.
If your Crystal shut down because of a giant grease fire, you're still okay. Because that is tradition. That's like Fiddler on the Roof levels of tradition right there.
I don't know.
To be honest with you, anyone watching this video probably thinks this is very, very cozy.
Yeah.
We clearly have not justified the offense meter.
Oh no.
Wait a minute. Why were we canceled?
Well, I don't know. I did.
Wait a minute. We're not being cancelable.
I literally told
nothing
someone to
else.
take their meds earlier, and we showed a Catalan guy.
Yeah, but they do that all the time on X.
Okay.
And I made it. Well, I did make a Jew joke earlier, so
You know, it's,
Oh yeah, we were.
yeah, but it wasn't really insulting enough. Nicholas Fuentes would
I
never
mean,
watch
someone's gonna
this.
find it insulting.
There's enough offense in the world that will happen. But anyway.
Yeah, Nick Fuentes will watch this and go, "There aren't enough yummy guys in it." Like,
Oh my goodness, yes. Yeah.
I'm glad.
Wasn't there something where he was out with somebody and they like got bitch slapped by this big fat guy? I keep seeing this video on X and it's like I keep wondering what's the context here.
was it Diddy?
No. It's some guy who apparently is on his show a lot and talks about being an alpha male, and he just gets smacked around on the street and just walks away. And it's like, okay, aren't you supposed to be like the guy who does something about that?
What's his name? Andrew Tate.
No. Andrew Tate probably actually would have. It wouldn't have been him who did something. It would have been a member of his entourage.
He was a UFC fighter or something at some point. Is that true or something like that?
I think so.
Yeah, there's certain people that I would not take that risk with. It's like, no, I don't think I'll be hitting that guy. He might get that.
In that UFC, it's not Ewan McGregor. It's something McGregor. Isn't he
Conor
running?
McGregor?
Oh, Connor. Yeah, you're
Isn't
talking
he
about the guy
running
who's.
for like?
They
5
won't
minutes?
let him. They won't let him. The Irish establishment will not allow him to run.
Is it because he's part of Deutschland for everybody or whatever?
It's because he's Ireland for the Irish. Apparently,
Yeah,
and,
there
you know,
you go.
the current people running Ireland think there's too many Irish in Ireland, and there should be less of them, and more people from Africa.
I think they're called Englishmen. I think they're called
Unfortunately,
Englishmen.
it's not just Ireland. Everywhere in Europe, they want more diversity, but
No, we won't.
not really diversity. They just want third
won't.
world.
So
Pretty
why does
Irish
diversity
colony.
mean Negroes? Can someone
Or-
explain that one to me? Can't we have other diversity?
Sometimes they want Muslims. In France, they want
No.
Muslims. So they want Muslims, and then Spain. So
You know,
I
it's
keep
like-
telling myself every time I go into work, I need to call ICE on this place. There's so many Mexicans.
Man, they'll probably take your call now. You know.
Look, Hunter, just run a game of the Black Knight, and everyone will be happy. Especially if you find the rules, because apparently only 3 people have them. It's like, I know a
Sounds
guy.
like a Forge game.
I can set you up with a copy of the rules of the Black Knight.
No, there was there's this Instagram account I follow. They're like a bunch of youth pastors, and they just share youth group stories that they heard. And there was a story where this youth group from a church, they were doing rock performances. They were like a Christian youth rock band, and they were going to different churches performing. but their synonyms were in Christ eternal. So they were called ice,
Oh,
and they rode
Oh
around
no.
in one of those solid white vans, and they had actual T-shirts with ice on the back of them, and they were performing in heavily populated Hispanic churches. Is where they would go perform.
well, I figure if you go to the concert, you're in on it, right? You're like, oh, that's probably. Now, it would be funny if ICE agents snuck in. They were like, this is our chance. This is going to be the one time we can get away with.
Absolutely.
Well, they're probably writing out the full band name, so it's in Christ eternal, and then they go out. And it's like we are ice.
And the place empties out. There you go.
Exactly.
Come for the dubstep, leave in a jail van.
It's like, oh boy, did you hear? The band Ice is in town.
Oh.
That has to be intentional.
Okay, we might
because
be
it's so
cancelable
obvious.
now. I don't know.
Now we are. Yeah. We can be cancelled now. We can always be cancelled. I found it that we are still here. I mean,
I'm trying to think of an acronym that comes out to DEA. It's like Dubstep for Everyone Alliance or something. You know, like Deadhead. Oh, see, I should have cooked this more. Yeah, Deadheads. That'd be a perfect start for a DEA.
Oh,
Talk
a
about
gay
clear
rock
the
band
place
called
out.
Dicks Enter Ass.
Ah.
Oh dear me.
Honestly, if you need to be told that, you're not very gay, right? that's like explaining.
And that one
Like
would
tab
never
A
be
goes
a
to the slot
Christian band.
B, like- I think,
No,
I
no,
think
it's
that's a
definitely
good
not a
stop
Christmas
place.
theme.
Now that we've explained how anal intercourse works, I think our job is done for Christmas.
Exactly.
It's like, listen, children,
People come
when a
across
woman and
this
a bear
randomly
love
at
each
some
other
point in the
very
future.
much.
People are going to come across this randomly at some point in the future and go, "Who the fuck are these people?
Someone's going to
What a
train
bunch of
an AI.
weirdos!"
Someone is going to train an AI on this.
Oh, that would
And
be
I,
hilarious.
and I, for one, look forward to it. Hello, Computron. I hope I'm your favorite.
It's like all of a sudden the Ultratron just appears out of nowhere, and it's just me saying the most ridiculous things known to man, because I always do. So apparently,
That would be my luck. We'll all be in the camps together, and I'm about to go in the meat grinder, and a robot stops me and goes, "Wait a minute, are you the guy that blew that DEA joke? You can go, buddy." Like, thanks.
it's like along with the Grok Nazi when it was like apparently alt right Nazi at one time when you were like talking to Grok.
Oh yeah. Well, there are people that are very good at making AIs hallucinate. And that is a problem that shouldn't exist on a public-facing AI, right? Like, you shouldn't be able to trick Bing into saying ridiculous stuff to someone else. But it is absolutely something you can do. So they're not ready for prime time. Yeah, they are not ready for prime time, and no one wants to admit it.
Yeah, well, a while ago they were much worse. They would.
Oh yeah, this is as bad as they'll ever be. That's what folks say. Like, oh, they're only going to get better.
It was rubbish. Even for images, the images were rubbish. Now they are pretty good.
I miss.
I
Quibi.
actually got Grok to make me an AI image of Adolf Hitler rolling polyhedral dice on a table one time.
He's probably the original gamer for all we know.
I
You
like
need to plan
the
those
thing.
battles. You need to plan ahead. Move the pieces.
Exactly.
Roll the dice.
He probably played Stratego.
9.
So basically, every member was a war gamer.
I mean, yeah, to a degree. Well, they invented free Kriegspiel, right? So like,
At
Like,
least the
hey,
successful ones, the ones that were
yeah,
successful.
that's true. Yeah.
Is that your cat I keep hearing in the background, Miguel? Just crying out?
No, I'm
No,
hearing
I think it's one
something.
in the streets. I think it's on my end because I hear it from
Ah.
outside.
Oh,
Yeah, I've been
Oh,
hearing
okay. I'm like, a cat just crying out like it's for its life or something.
no, I
it.
speak a little bit of cat, and what he is saying is, I'm sorry, sir. I heard that you might have a copy of the rules of the Black Knight.
I think
Yeah,
it's most
That,
likely
that's gonna be the running joke now.
that's gonna be Abraham's claim to fame. Like I heard
usually
the guy has a
usually
copy of the rules for the Black Knight.
usually when they're screaming like that, they actually want dick. That's what they want.
Mm,
Oh,
so it's
there
the
you
season. It's the season to be jolly
go.
for the
Oh,
cats.
there you go.
Might be that.
Christmas pussy.
So Abraham needs to make a retro clone of the Black Knight, and I'm desperate to make a retro clone of the Rocky and Bullwinkle game, and
Was
just
there one?
use. Yes, there was, and the thing that it did that I thought was ingenious was that instead of using dice or anything, it used spinners. Like, so if your character would be so good at one thing or whatever, and it would give you a letter, and then you would look for the letter of that spinner, and it would have a yes or a no as to whether you succeeded, and you would spin it, and it would, it's just a percent, right? So it's a pie chart of how successful you're likely to be turned into a spinner. But if you took that idea and made it like spell casting, right? Like, oh, you get double the effect, you get half the effect. Oh no, you made a critical error. You could tune that in so many ways, and make spinners for that. And nowadays you can get these online spinners, right? That'll, you just give it how much of the pie wedge for each thing, and then you're off to the races. I think it's a neat idea, and it was made, because kids understand spinners better than dice, right? Either it's a yes or it's a no, and it's color coded even, so that you don't even have to be able to read to know whether you got it or not. And the other thing it did was it had these hand puppets that were made out of like garbage bag material, but it was like it was Rocky, Bullwinkle, a bunch of the Fractured Fairy Tale people, and all that. And so, yeah, that part I would not necessarily carry forward, but the spinner thing I think is a golden idea that needs some sort of love here in the modern age.
In my case, instead of calling it the Black Knight, I'm going to call it the White Knight, and then all of the beta males are going to buy it.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's it.
The White Knight. I would buy that too, honestly.
Yeah, and then you get a whole bunch of e-girl figures, and that's what you have to protect against all the the Chad boys. And then oh man, just start printing money, Abraham. You're gonna be hashtag blessed.
What would that be called in Spanish? El Caballero Blanco?
El Caballero Blanco, exactly.
Do 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 do. That's not right, or that's not as good. Oh man. So yep, Christmas time. Maybe I'll get my gangbusters.
So
copy.
I'm actually going to be I'm going to be running two different Christmas games coming up. So on Sunday, I'm running I'm doing a parody version of Jingle All the Way, the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I'm doing my own version, but it's going to be taking place in that Dispatch video game world. So the characters are going to be superheroes, keep protecting a mall as the new action figure gets released. And I got a whole plot with that. And then, but for my family, when I go out of town for them at Christmas, I'll be running for them. It's a game called "Twas the Role Playing Game Before Christmas," but instead of that whole game, I'm running the Nutcracker and the Mouse King one shot that company made for it. So they get to fight They get to fight against the Mouse King and all his rat forces.
Cool.
Oh, last time I mentioned that
Yeah, and that's
my nephew might be wanting me to run for him, so I just went ahead and bit the bullet, and I'm like, "Do you want me to run something for you and your group?" And he's like, "That would be cool." So yeah, I think I I ended the tete. So we'll see what they want to play now, and that'll be the kicker. I told them no fifth edition, so I don't know what they'll want.
Okay, I gotta go. I gotta. It's been a
Yeah, me
pleasure,
too.
gentlemen.
Yeah, I think it's time for
Yeah.
good
us.
seeing you, Abraham. Nice meeting you.
Later. Nice. Yeah, you too.
Yeah,
Bye.
take it easy, man. Feliz
Bye-bye.
Navidad.
Yeah,
Feliz
for
Navidad.
Okay,
And
so
yeah,
we arrived late. We didn't catch the bit where we were talking about lamentation. So
he never needed to know about that. He could
yeah,
have.
now we know if he's still here. We'll have to go back and listen to the beginning.
Yeah, I also saw they're making a just a fun fact. There's actually an official Thundercats RPG being made by Dynamite Toys and Games, but it's using the new modern 2024 5e rule set though.
Yeah, I
Is a
heard
sad
about
thing.
that. Oh, there's a Space 1999 being made, and
Again,
I don't know who's making it. Who?
It's You can buy it now on Drive Thru RPG. It's Modifius actually. It's Modifius that use it because it's on Drive Thru
Don't they make
RPG.
all that stuff now? I mean, Modifius does a lot of that stuff.
Just
Like they
about,
did the
I
John
think,
Carter game. They did the Expanse
Blade Runner.
game.
is it
I mean,
No.
is there any game that
Blade
No,
Modifius
Blade Runner is
doesn't
Free
do that
League.
has a?
is it a 2D20 game again or something else? That new. Well, I'll have to check it.
the new.
Yeah.
Which one?
What Hunter was talking about?
Oh, the Thundercats RPG. Yeah, it's on Kickstarter right now. It's Dynamite Toys and Games, but it's using the 2024 5e rule set though.
Oh, that's not Modifius.
Although there is a
Yes.
no, the Modifius one, Space 1999.
Oh,
It's on
yeah.
Drive Thru RPG.
So let me check it out.
You know, when I was a kid,
Yeah,
I
'cause they're
thought
doing
the
the-
alien lady was really hot, and now I'm like, what was I thinking as a kid? Like, she's not bad looking, but like, she's got quilted eyebrows for crying out loud. Like, that's a hairy woman. What was it? Was I like, what was going on with me?
Nope. What you need to do, be a real man, get the girl with 3 breasts from crap, the name of the movie escapes me now.
Oh
Total
yeah,
Recall.
the Total Recall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the 3-breasted
might have had
lady.
one too, yeah. And there's what's her name? Aruga Galumbits, the triple-breasted horror of Eroticon 6. Very popular. There needs to be a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy game RPG, but there's no one around to authorize it now, is there?
Well, I would say if you want to do something like that, just get Rogers out of the Black Hat game.
Yes.
That's basically got the similar vibes.
Yeah, I love
me
this
and
game.
OSR Dwarf is part of the crew that I'm going to start running it for bi-weekly on Saturdays.
Awesome. Yeah, I love that game. And he pointed out, and I'd never noticed it. I think you've noticed it, that there wasn't advancement rules. And I'm like, I've always thought of it as a one-shot game. Never even thought about that.
Yeah, because it's what I thought it was a clone of the Black Cat game, but it's actually a clone of Hack the RPG from Bloat Games, which has level up advancement rules and all that. Because when we actually did a whole character creation episode, and I was looking through, I'm like, there's stuff here that I need to ask about, and so I ended up asking Roger about it, and that's why I remember seeing that there wasn't any level up either. Because I'm also running the Out of the Black Hack for my son as well, because he kind of leads more towards like the cool sci-fi stuff more than the fantasy.
Yeah, I can see using that for a Hitchhiker's game, because Red Dwarf on its own, there's no one else left in the galaxy, right? Like, it's empty. And so it's better if you have the ability to kind of interact with other things.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would.
I have never seen Red Dwarf. I've only heard of it.
It's fun. It's fun. It's very character driven because he is.
There
he's
was a lot
literally
of
out
those
the
kind
microphone,
of.
Yeah.
There was a lot of those kind of shows in the 70s.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like they kind of turned sci-fi conventions on their head. And you'd either have comedies built around weird crews flying through space, doing this, that, or the other thing, or vaguely dystopian things like The Star Lost. They had a lot of that stuff.
Man, I hadn't thought about The Star Lost in forever.
Never heard about
It was a show that kind of didn't make it, but the concept was really cool.
Yeah, it was was it British show? Or was it just?
I thought it was Canadian, but
Okay.
I mean, you could be right. I'd have to. It's funny. It's been such a long time since I've seen even one episode of it.
Yeah, it's basically like a bunch of people, and they don't realize for a while that they're even on a ship, right?
That's right.
That looks strange.
No, someone I was watching this VTuber the other night, and someone brought up a 1992 space movie, which I cannot say what the name of that space movie is because it is very bad.
It's
really
yes, it is called the 1992 space movie because one of the other words, one of the other words is a third rail.
What?
Oh no! Here goes Miguel.
Oh, okay. I've seen
it sounds very wretched.
Yeah. Well,
it's very.
It sounds like a sci-fi men scenario.
Yeah, it sounds very similar to Brother from Another Planet too, right? But it sounds a little more like they're going for shocks than that was. But and who knows, that Brother from Another Planet might have been a redemption arc for the screenplay.
Okay.
Yep, that's the title.
Yeah. Because I'm not American, I'm going to say it. It's called Gay Niggers from Outer Space. Yeah, I can say the N word. I don't immediately die or something.
Don't Hispanics get the N word passed now these days?
I wouldn't think so. I don't think anyone, but Quentin Tarantino does.
I know a lot of Hispanics people have said it like over the years lately,
Well, I know
so
that
I'm surprised that's not.
Tries to make you say it, right? Like they try.
Outside the U.S., it means nothing. It's just a word.
It just means black. Anywhere else.
Yeah, in Germany it means black. So I'm sure they have to say it occasionally. I think they have another word.
All right, y'all remember 2300 AD?
I do.
Why does that sound familiar?
In it, there's
it's a GDW game.
Yeah, there's an alien race called the Kaffir.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Isn't that what South Africans called black people? Or is
it's actually what Arabs call? It's actually what Arabs. They got the word from the Arabs. So it's actually an Arab word for an unbeliever, but it oftentimes is applied to blacks.
But it
so
is
Kafir, or Kafir.
The same word, right? So they literally have a race that is, and yeah,
and they're like nasty space orcs that eat people.
Yeah, and I think Lester Dent lectures people nowadays. I could be wrong, but I think that he may have issued a lecture or two in his time. And I'm pretty sure he was involved with 2300 AD. Maybe he wasn't, but pretty sure he was.
Yeah, I'm looking at the cover for it, and I immediately think of, I never saw this movie, but it's the one where they're fighting the space bugs, and it's like, I'm doing my part.
Oh, that's Starship Troopers. That movie, ugh.
Starship Troopers.
That book is so good. That movie does it no services whatsoever. I'm like,
Starship Troopers was a good book. So was Haldeman's Forever War.
Yeah. I was gonna maybe what they meant with the word is cockroach, because in
because they are insects, right?
Kafir means beetle or cockroach or something.
Oh, okay, okay. So it's a different word than
probably that. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry then, Mr. Miller. Go back to lecturing us about what bad people we are again.
I wasn't looking at this, so yeah.
And if you're listening, can you put in a good word to get me gangbusters bid? I'm gonna bang that drum way too much, I think. I sent them like an email. I got like a really terse response like months ago. And then apparently you have to be on the Facebook page to get any updates. And I'm not joining Facebook to get updates for,
No,
an
but
RPG is overdue.
you should join X, not Facebook. Forget about Facebook. Facebook is basically that.
I'm on MeWe, so I'm really way off.
Well, that's
I
an
think the
interesting
longest
admission.
I've ever had to wait for an RPG was I backed this one called A Cream, and it was a English translation of a French RPG. And it's kind of like it's this it's this post-apocalyptic Victorian era steampunk kind of game, and it's a D6 system. And I think I waited. It was like 2 years. I think I waited till I finally got the whole box set.
Oh, those rookie
And the problem was the people who were making the game, they never really pushed to keep people in the server going. So no one ever really wanted to play the game because we were still waiting around for it. And we had some PDFs, but not a lot.
That is the worst thing, yeah. When you get the game and you just don't care anymore, right? Because it's been so long. Like I backed Far West, and that took 11 years.
Hold on, I'll grab it to show y'all really quick. I'll be right back.
It took 11 years to come in, and by the time it was there, like literally nobody cared, right? like he was like, "It's finally out," and we're like, "Whoop-de-doo."
Yeah, 11 years. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, it's Gareth Michael Scarra. He wrote the equivalent of 50 RPGs on Twitter in the time he was not writing this damn game, right? Like, I wish people would get off of that. Like, Stephen King probably has another 1,000 books in him based on his Twitter output. Like,
yeah, but
he's still on Twitter, isn't he? Or on X. Because he's not going to go
He's
to
on
Blue
X,
Sky.
yeah, he is.
He's not going to go to Blue Sky because no one will hate engage with him over there.
He probably is there as well, but he spends a lot of time on Twitter.
So this is the
slip,
and then
what's it called?
It's got the this is the player's guide,
Oh,
and
nice.
then the conductor's manual. Yeah, because game masters are referred to as conductors in this game. So
yeah.
I mean, the setting is really fun. I would love to run this, but again, there was like one guy that was constantly just messaging about, does anyone want to play? Does anyone want to play? Does anyone want to play? And I just snapped at him one day like, dude, if people wanted to play, they would have said it by now.
All right, Beelzebubba, you can make a Black Peter for your Dragon Slayer game. Just don't publish about 5 of them this year and then 5 more next year, right? Like, we are giving love to the Krampus.
I didn't see the name of the game, Hunter. What's it called? What's that game called?
Ecreme. It's Ecreme. It's Ecryme. And the E has the first E has like a little apostrophe on top of it. It was a French game, I believe, and this is the English translation.
Do you know what the word means in French?
I feel like I should, but I don't remember at the top of my head.
If I had to guess, it's going to be Steam or COG, probably, right?
Can you repeat how it is written?
It's Ecryme.
I'm not finding it. Why I'm not finding it?
Hold on.
Open Sesame Games. It's a Victorian.
Yep, that's them right there. Yeah.
Almost covered.
Open Sesame Games.
Yep. Is that Ecrame? Or no? I can't pronounce French to save my life, except I know that you can just give up halfway through the word and you're probably okay.
Yes, you can say Ecrime. Ecrime.
Yeah, that's why I think it's how it's pronounced.
I don't think this means anything. I don't know.
Hold on, I'm just sharing the link with you on the private chat.
But it looks good.
It looks like the French steampunk cult, and it was published in the 90s. So hey, I like
Oh,
if you're not
okay. It's
flying
an
Again, I was really
adjective.
interested in the.
It's like skimmed or like in skimmed milk. Interesting.
huh.
Derives from the verb écrémer, which
Okay.
means to skim or cream off.
Yeah.
Okay, so take some off
Interesting.
the top. So yeah, because you're merged.
They're just spelling it weird, I guess.
It sounds better in
Yeah, well, the whole
French, I guess.
the entire concept is there's this liquid that surrounds kind of these islands called a cream. It is it's basically
Okay.
like acid, and so there's these skyships you take to fly around all over the place. And again, it's like Victorian era, like that 1800s. And my idea was I wanted it to be like U.S. Civil War, if with all this stuff going on in this time. So you got the cream, you got the airships. Just go full steampunk with it.
I'm trying to remember if the French backed the South or the North. I think they backed the South.
Europeans did generally, because that's who they were doing business with.
Yeah.
The American South in the early to mid 19th century was a export driven economy, and there was a lot of textile mills in the UK especially that depended heavily on the South's cotton output.
Yeah, like this, like I haven't even really opened these since I've gotten them, just because I'm like again, I love the setting, but I've just had really no interest in playing it because I've had it for so long. But I think I may have to do like maybe some solo stuff with it just to get a feel for it at this point.
Did you at least get like a PDF early, or was it just it took them a long time to get the?
Oh yeah, we got the PDFs early. It just took them forever to ship out all the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, those books
And
look nice.
like it. Yeah.
You can put them on.
Yeah, because this was like the deluxe edition because I went all in on it.
Yeah, a general rule of thumb is if you back a Kickstarter by anyone that was a big deal on the Forge, it will take you years to get it, and you won't get all of it. And they will develop all sorts of diseases every time someone asks for an update. Like, oh no, my arm started breaking out in pustules, and of course we had to take the hamster to the dentist, and just over and over again. Just get it.
I have actually asked. I have asked for pledges to be refunded on Kickstarter before because of the constant pushing back of a lot of games at one point. So I would just, after a while,
they don't have the money. They blew it all on hookers and blow. Like, yeah.
I've gotten almost every time I ask for a refund back. I usually do end up getting it back, surprisingly. The only one that I had to fight for was yeah, right. The one that I had,
don't mess with him.
The one I really had to fight against trying to get was when the Crooked Moon Kickstarter by Legend of Evantress, what they were doing. I was back in the 5e version, but the card that I had at the time expired, and Kickstarter wouldn't let me put a new card under it, and that was to battle. I really finally got it when they tried to pull the wool over our eyes, because last Christmas they tried to screw everyone over and say we're going to switch from 2014 5e to 2024 5e, and everyone was in uproar about that. Like a lot, like I was like one of the I don't know how many people. Yeah, because no one wanted 2024; they wanted 2014, because that was the thing they backed. Eventually, after I don't know how many people besides me got refunded, finally backtracked to like, oh, we'll make both versions now. So you'll leave your 2014 5e and a 2024 5e now. And people were just like, it shouldn't have happened. It should have just stayed with the one.
Yeah, it should. Yeah. Well, I'm not playing a game unless I can have a bastion that is built with my party mates, and we can hang posters and shit. Just like braid each other's whatever you call the horns when you're a tiefling. But yeah, that's true D&D.
Yeah. I know.
True D&D, man.
And I'm the only guy that doesn't like D&D, but still likes tieflings. That I have them for my PNG avatar.
I was reading Chainmail, getting ready for my Rules as Written game the other day, and Chainmail went on and on about bastions and about like it was like, first of all, we're going to clear up the gender of every single unit in this Chainmail game, like, and then secondly, bastions, baby. And what bastions just give you things in your downtime? Like, isn't that what the freaking town is for? Like, is it for introverts that can't even go outside in a fantasy town? Like, we can't go see the blacksmith. Let's just stay at home and blacksmith in our room. Like, but you're not your character. Yeah, but my character is also afraid of the outside air. I mean, I guess it makes sense. They go into dungeons almost immediately, right? They're like, oh, thank God, a liminal space.
It's like next thing you know, they're going to resolve their mechanics not with dice, but with hugs and kisses.
I think that should be.
That would not have worked well at most gaming conventions I went to back in the day. I can't imagine that working out well at all.
So okay, good. You're familiar with the story of hugs and kisses at the gaming table. I'm glad because I'm always so frightened when I have to explain the Reddit story behind that. How that concept came to be.
Oh dear! No.
There's a Reddit story. This just gets worse and worse.
Here's the thing. It was just a one-time story, but then they started reading other gaming tables implying the same mechanics as well. Not even the same person talking about it. Other people using the hugs and kisses mechanic, where instead of rolling dice, you go to the dungeon master, and depending on how well you hug or kiss them, is how well you succeed.
You think that's what Abraham's doing with the VTubers? It's too bad he left. We can't
ask him.
We'll have to ask him next week.
There you go.
Well, guys, it's getting a bit late.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Miguel's like, DJ.
Time to leave. Time to shut down the stream.
Well, always a pleasure, gentlemen.
Thank you for joining us tonight, and Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas and
Merry Christmas, everyone, and God bless us, everyone.